What's up, everybody? It's Jordan, and welcome to the Sports Studio Hine Show. Today is April 13th, 2022, and in this video, I'm going to continue my series of Path of the Draft. This video is of the New York Giants. So I want to be talking about the Giants' all-season moves, and I will also be doing a 3-round mock draft from ProFootballNetwork.com. So let's go ahead and get started here. The New York Giants, they did not make many moves in the offseason, but here are some of their, bigger, signings during free agency. They were able to sign quarterback Tyrod Taylor to a 2-year deal. They were able to sign guard Mark Lewinsky from the Indianapolis Colts, and they were also able to sign tight end Ricky Seals Jr. and running back Matt Breida. So when you look at some of these signings here, Ricky Seals Jr., he's a guy who, last season had 30 receptions for 271 yards and 2 touchdowns. He will be the replacement for, Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram ended up signing a 1-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they bring in Ricky Seals Jr. on a 1-year deal. I like that move quite a bit there. He's a guy who's been around the league for quite some time. And actually, I think he's a little bit underrated, honestly. Look at some other moves here. Tyrod Taylor, I like that deal a lot, 2-year deal. So with Daniel Jones struggles, you have a quarterback who is reliable and is capable of winning games if Daniel Jones gets hurt again. That's something else. Daniel Jones has been hurt a lot these past couple of seasons. And Tyrod Taylor, to me, I think, honestly, you can make a case that he's even better than Daniel Jones right now. When you look at Tyrod Taylor, he spent time at Buffalo. Brian Daboll, their new head coach, spent time at Buffalo. There's already a connection there. I think that had a big reason in Tyrod Taylor coming to the Giants. Some other moves here, they signed guard Mark Lewinsky from Indianapolis, getting some more offensive line help, which they could desperately need so bad because their offensive line has struggled a lot this past few seasons, and that's a big reason why Daniel Jones has kind of been, hurt and, not really been good this past couple of years either. And Matt Breida, the running back, he played with Buffalo last season, and obviously I would say Daboll had a big influence on him on coming to the New York Giants. For Breida's career, he averages 4.9 yards per carry. He had 26 attempts last season for 125 yards, along with a touchdown, and he also had 2 receiving touchdowns as well. So not many players they signed in the offseason, but I do like some of those moves there. So let's go ahead and get into this 3-round mock draft here from Pro Football Network. The Giants have 2 top 10 picks. They have one at 5 and they have one at 7. They get a, extra first-round pick this year due to the trade they made with the Chicago Bears last season, where the Bears selected Justin Fields. Looking at this mock draft here, I'm kind of looking at maybe some offensive line or a corner that can use some more offensive line help, or corner and safety help. As you see here, the top 4 picks are Evan Neal, Kayvon Thibodeaux, Aiden Hutchinson, and Kyle Hamilton. I keep looking at, Sauce Gardner here, the corner from Cincinnati. And someone else I keep looking at here is Ikem Ekwonu, the offensive tackle from North Carolina State. When you look at the pick, the team that picks between them is the Carolina Panthers. I don't think the Panthers go corner at 6. I think it's a chance they maybe take a quarterback or an offensive tackle. So when you have picks 5 and 7, I think you go ahead and take your tackle, because you don't want to kind of miss out on a tackle at 7 if the Panthers take one at 6. If Ikem Ekwonu is there at 5, I think you got to take him, especially, if the talks the Carolina could possibly take an offensive tackle around 1. So we'll take Ikem Ekwonu here with the 5th pick, and they take Malik Willis. It's very interesting because if Ekwonu was there, maybe they would have took him instead. So it's a good thing we get the best offensive lineman on the board there. Like I said, Sauce Gardner, the Giants have been linked to Sauce Gardner quite a bit, the corner from Cincinnati. I think it makes a lot of sense here. With a 7th pick overall, they're going to go ahead and take them there. So far, I really like both these picks here with the New York Giants. I would say both of these moves are phenomenal so far. So they have the 36th pick overall. Looking at, some players here. Jalen Petrie, I believe is how you say it, the safety from Baylor. I think they could use some safety help, but I just think he's a little bit too early here with a 36th pick overall. Looking at some edge rushers here, David Ojabo is the guy I like quite a bit. I don't think that would be bad for the Giants. They could use some more edge help there. We're going to go ahead and more than likely take David Ojabo there. Trevor Penning is somehow available. I'm trying to be realistic, so we're not going to take Trevor Penning there, because I don't think that will end up happening. I'd be surprised if he dropped to the 2nd round. But, him and Ikem Ekwonu would be absolutely insane for this New York Giants team. But David Ojabo, the edge rusher from Michigan, I like that pick quite a bit. He's one of those guys that was for injury would for sure be a first-round pick. He still might be a first-round pick, but getting him there at 36 is a phenomenal value pick there for the New York Giants. Getting him and, this past season they got Azeez Ojulari, two very young edge rushers who I think will be very productive for the New York Giants for years to come. So they have, let's see here, they have 2 third-round picks. I'm kind of looking at safety here. Jalen Pitre, the safety from Baylor, is available. I'm not even going to look at anybody else. He's my pick there. I'm shocked he's available. That's tremendous value pick there for the Giants, getting a T&E and arguably the best player available there with, in the 3rd round. Getting Jalen Pitre with a 67th pick, best player available in the team need, A-plus pick there in my opinion. Right here, I'm kind of looking at some wide receivers. Wide receivers, there was only 5 touchdowns from receivers this past season for the New York Giants. I believe that is the least amount since 2017. I really think they could use some more receiver help. Kenny Galladay, even when he was healthy, was not really what the Giants expected him to be this past season. Some of those other guys cannot stay healthy as well. So when you look at some of these receivers here with the 81st pick overall, I really like John Mechie from Alabama and Jalen Tolbert, the wide receiver from South Alabama. John Mechie, to me, I think has more potential, and you kind of know what you're going to get more. Jalen Tolbert hasn't really played up with great competition opposed to John Mechie. So I think getting John Mechie here with the 81st pick overall would be tremendous for New York Giants. And also something else, like I said, they signed Ricky Seals Jr. to a 1-year deal. So they still might be in the tight end market. Don't be surprised if maybe you look here for Isaiah Likely or Jimmy Ruckert. But, it's very interesting. I could definitely see them going wide receiver or tight end. Looking at here, I said that I'm kind of leaning towards John Mechie from Alabama, but I actually might go Isaiah Likely, the tight end from Coastal Carolina. He's very underrated. If he played at Ohio State or Alabama, he'd probably be a first-round pick. He had 15 yards per catch this past season, was absolutely phenomenal for Coastal Carolina this past year. So wide receiver or tight end here, I would not be surprised one bit. But we're going to go Isaiah Likely, kind of a surprise pick, but I think it's a tremendous value pick there as well for New York Giants. So when you're looking at this mock draft, they get Ikem Ekwonu, the offense tackle from North Carolina State. They get the corner from Cincinnati, Sauce Gardner. They get David Ojabo, the edge rusher from Michigan, with their 2nd-round pick. And with their 3rd-round picks, they get Jalen Pitre, the safety from Baylor. And then with their 2nd, 3rd-round pick, they get Coastal Carolina tight end Isaiah Likely. I really like all these picks here for the New York Giants. And this is a draft here. I really think this is A-plus for New York Giants. All these picks really seem to hit, best player available AMT need. Anytime you do it, that's tremendous right there. And, I mean, if they had a draft like this, that would be very, very impressive. And these are all, could be key contributors to the New York Giants team for several years to come. Let me know what you think about that draft. That really does it for this video. If you're new to the channel or if you've seen my videos before, I would really, really appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time on the Sports Dude Hines Show.